Welcome, welcome, welcome to another show, another live stream here on Armchair Safari. So this is the live stream where I every day try to look at, or every working day, try to find a cool design online to learn from to become a better designer. So what we try is that we find a design, and we look at what's good about this, what can we take away, what should we sort of reuse in our designs, what's bad about this, or what could be improved about this. Is there something that we should be avoiding in our designs? And of course, the most important thing, does this work for the end user? Otherwise, what is the point? Is it just art? Whatever. A little bit of philosophy. I try to not get bogged down in it because it's very easy for me to do that. But anyway, if you want to join in, if you have something to say, there's a chat somewhere around this video and it will pop up for me. The notifications are quite weak, so don't worry if it takes me a second to reply. If you just want to check out the design, it's in the description below or in the next post, depending on where you're looking at this. And let's dive in. So let's first have a look at this really cool set of filters by Yadwinder. Yadwinder? Damn it. Names are hard. I'm sorry, okay? Yawinder Singh, anyway, he's made this really excellent example of filters. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because there are filters everywhere. And it looks like it's one of these things that it's similar to what buttons became after flat design became a thing. Everyone was making their own buttons, and everyone was sort of like tweaking and fiddling, and you could sort of tell that some people were experts and some people were not so expert. And figuring out what the difference is actually really, really difficult. And Yawinder here is absolutely definitely an expert, or this example is an expert example. So that's why I wanted us to look at this and try to learn from what he's done here. So what we're looking at is a multiple choice filter with a lot of complexity. And like in this case, what he's done is he's showing all of the filters above the filter button, and you can click the filter button and add another filter. So far, so good. But the interesting thing is what happens when you click that thing. Now, he didn't actually post what it looks like, so I'm just going to have to go from what we can see, but I suspect this is what happens, right? You choose a category of what it is you're trying to filter. So I suspect this is going to be something like a list or a table that we're filtering. And for instance, with status, you choose status, and then you get to choose is or is not, right? So it's a Boolean, and then you get to select which of the possible statuses it can have. That is the is or is not filter on this table or list. Now, the reason this is very clever is because this isn't a complicated design. So for each one of these columns, let's say it's a table. So let's call these columns. For each column, he's basically saying, can you filter by this? Yes or no. If you can filter by this, it will pop up in this select box. You can choose this category. Then he's saying, okay, but how can you filter? Is it a range? Is it a Boolean? Is it a list? Like what are we looking for here? So in these cases, these are all lists. We're matching against possible examples. In this one, this is a range or a math or calc filter. And this last one is a string filter. So we have which things can you filter on, what types of filters exist. And because these are separate, right? He's even putting these in separate boxes. Because these are separate things, you can choose from the start exactly like how much time do you want to spend implementing this. So for the first version of this design, you can just say, no, the only thing we're going to have is Booleans. Like status is something. Right, status exists basically. Second design or second implementation, we could go, oh no, we actually need like status is or is not these things. Cool. All right. And then you can just layer on top of that everything that you need without having to change the design. It's a very, very good general purpose design. And in this case, there's also something absolutely wonderful here because the filter type is shown with an actionable word or phrase, uncommonly smart and not something you always see. Sometimes it's just like these math symbols, which makes sense for programmers, but absolutely nobody else. So very, very happy that this is written out. Very cool. And the column is a little grayed out because it's not the actionable part, right? Yes, you are filtering on status, but the filter is the actionable part. It's in progress, or USD and Great British pounds. Great British pounds, is that how you say it? Great Britain pounds? I don't know, whatever. This is what you should be looking at because these are the actionable parts. And yeah, you can remove them quickly and easily by using this. So it's a very simple design that is just super global and general purpose, which is excellent because it can be reused in a lot of different ways. It can be reused for a lot of different types of filters. It's a great design. And encapsulating it in these boxes makes it just so incredibly clear what is going on. Absolutely love this. Jawinder, great job. Love this as an example. Thank you for sharing. More designers should be sharing their stuff. Thank you for showing us this. It's a simple example, even though it's a really, really good design. And I love to see that because it's so easy to learn from. So what's good about this? Well, the clarity is super high. Excellent. It's general purpose. It can be reused for a lot of different types of filters. Excellent. The visual hierarchy is very, very clear. Really good stuff. The typography and action labels, or like the words that guide the user to understand what's going on, are used really consistently. Excellent. The padding and the margins are really, really good without being too big or too distracting. This could slot into so many different designs and work really well. And just graying out the icons for your headers is a really, really graying out the header and the icon to the similar level as the action X on the side is just such a really cool way to show the user what this is really about. Because even though the action $1,000 compartmentalized with this border or transparent margin, I'm not quite sure which it's using, but I really like that because it makes it clear like how these things are acting on each other. Love that. So is there anything that's bad about this? Is there anything that we could improve? No, I don't think so. Not offhand. Like there's things about the add filter button that I would like to know more of, like how are these added, how do you select them, etc. But it's not something that we can see in this design. So there's really nothing that I could say is bad about this. This is a really good design. And the most important thing, does this work for? This is a very Joe Binder, really good job. Thank you for sharing this with us. He's only got 1,000 followers, so go follow Jadwinder. Really cool. Definitely gonna see. Definitely gonna follow up and see what he's doing now because it's a really cool example. So after that, we're gonna learn from Anton. Anton Repponen. Let's actually have a look. Oh, look at that. He's a designer at his own design studio, and he has almost 13,000 followers. So definite gap here. He has a really cool concept that he says he would love to use himself. And I gotta say, after seeing this, I freaking love this idea. So how it works is you would it's basically a speaker with a slot in it. And you just take a book and you put it in the speaker slot and it plays the book. This is such a cool way to make a digital product like audiobooks into something physical. And I would just love for this to be a thing. Like, can you imagine buying a book, buying like a hardcover book that's more expensive and purchasing it for like an even higher price? Because when you slot it into your audio speaker, it just sort of scans the serial number. And as long as you have the book, you can just play the audiobook. How fucking cool would that be? This is like the retro vinyl for books. I absolutely love this concept. I really hope some publisher actually acts on this and does it, because it's a really, really cool thing. And as usual with these sort of um, these products that range the analog and the digital, the problem is going to be rights management. But like I would love for this to be a thing because it is just so freaking cool. Look at this insert book, a little, battery icon. I'm not quite sure what this is. Oh, there's a speed as a knob that you can turn. That is freaking cool. And the volume in orange because you gotta have some sort of cool detail. And just this retro grid pattern for the actual speaker. And I mean, in my mind, I would just plug this into my like Sonos or whatever. But oh my god, yeah, I love this as a concept. I hope somebody makes this. I hope somebody sells this because I would love to have it. Good job, Anton. Really, really cool to see this level of creativity going on. And yeah, that's it for today. Go follow Anton. Go and follow Adwinder. They are in the description below or in the next post. This is Armchair Safari, the daily design stream where I find a piece of design online and try to learn from it. And you can follow along and become a better designer in the same pace as I am by just looking at great stuff and figuring out why is it great. Cool. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you again tomorrow. Bye bye.